Hi everyone, I'm back again. I know it's hard to believe, isn't it? But here we go. Now, this is all about Yuletide. I absolutely love Yule. Yule is about the bringing of the divine light. As we all know, on winter solstice, it is the shortest day. Okay, so it's the longest night. And this stays that way. The sun stays at its lowest point for 3 days. So you've got the shortest day on the 21st, and then you've got the sun at its lowest point, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and then you've got the start of the brighter days and the longer days, light winning out over darkness from the 25th, which I know there's a lot of resemblance to Christianity, but Yule's a lot older, trust me. And the Yuletide has been celebrated for generations because it's not just about religion, it's about planetary alignments. It's about a cosmic occurrence that happens every year. It's not something we make up. It's not a story to tell someone. It's the actual celebration of the light winning out over the darkness. It's just... Okay, so I've got a poem. This book, by the way, is absolutely amazing. If any of you want to do work over, it's called The Secrets of the Yuletide Nights, Your Guide to the Mystical Weeks of Midwinter. It's by Jean Rowland and it's absolutely brilliant. It was first brought out in Germany in 2009, but it's absolutely brilliant to work to. And it's something that any witch should really enjoy because it gives you a chance to get rid of the last year, what you want to lose from the last year, what you want to bring in for the year ahead, the divination that you do. It brings in the 12, well, now 13, since patriarchal times, the 12 nights of Christmas, as the Christians call it, but we call the 12 mystical nights because they bring the number of 28-day months, and then the 12 brings the total up to the number of days in the year. So, and these days are days that have the thinnest veil. You can contact any dimensions and spirits and things like that. You've got to be very careful because the dark does win out to start with, and it's only afterwards that the light starts to come through. So be very careful if you're working with energy from this. But it is such an exciting time. These are the most magical time of the year. It really is. I know that's the most magical time of the year. Yes, it is. But it's not about Christmas. It's Yule. It's lovely. And it is all about the brine. No, anyway, never mind that. Here is the Yuletide, okay, from this book. The earth receives in her womb the light of the new age. It is gauged and cradled until it is stable enough to rise to life. Sun child, light up the world with the rays of the new morning. Bring hope, peace and new strength. You've already won the victory, though the fight is still ahead. When we connect to you, we are guided safely by your solar powers. Redeem, liberate, beget with your light. The forces of fate are at work now, pushing aside memories, troubled wisps of mist in our dreams, sticky cobwebs of the past that never got finished, dark secrets that unseen, deep in our soul, repose flickeringly. Hungry wolves, roaming in the bitter cold of night, thirsting for warm blood. Souls demanding vengeance and satisfaction, crying out for justice. Old account wants to be settled. Ghosts of ancestors wait in the night in grey robes, sending signs. Watch carefully. Goddess Hilda with her wild hunt wanders about, smells the old dark tracks. For in our existence, nothing is lost. Rattles at windows, travelling across cold, snowy plains. Are you ready to slip into the new? Testing and gauging of your deeds is on the horizon. The Norns at the underground wells study the texture of life. What are you visibly and invisibly connected to. What have you done in your numerous rounds of life? What does the pattern of your life look like? Spiritual justice is spoken to redeem the threads of fate. Wanderer between the worlds, look deep within yourself. See your shadow and the sanctuary of your ancestors. Fate is precisely measured. It is also in your own hands. How do you guide the thread of fate in your spiritual robe? Reconnect with the spiritual origin of your being. Chance brings you what belongs to you. Nothing just happens in life. A long time ago, the course of fate was determined. Accept what you learn in these murmuring nights. Listen. Be present. Hear the wind, the heavenly child that brings to you a new message. May the new year bring you many blessings, and may you not have to struggle with old forces. Now, the heavenly child that they're talking about for us witches is not, of course, Jesus Christ. It is the birth of the sun. It is the birth of the holly god, the holly tree. It is the birth of the divine god, the consort to the goddess. Absolutely wonderful. It says here, may you not have to struggle with old forces. That's because during Yule, the hunt goes down. And this is where the old gods, Hulda and the hunt, the forest beasts and animals and spirits, all goes looking for justice. So everything that you've done over the past year is answered to, or in your past lives, or if you've done misdeeds, these are the times when it's brought to bear on your soul, where your soul starts to wear the mark of it. So be very careful, be careful what you say, be careful what you think, be careful what you do. This is why witches have to be very careful. Now it mentions here, wanderers between the worlds. That's witches. Witches are the wanderers between the worlds, thanks to Hecate's keys. So, and it tells you to look deep within yourself. This is a month of reflection, of looking deep, of seeing what you've done over the past in your life, in the past year, that doesn't serve you anymore, that you need to cut out your life, you need to get rid of. What are your projects for next year? What is it you want to do? What are you going to do? That's what Yule's about. And the magic, the divination, and we can, excuse me, we can go over next week how you use the 12 nights of Yule to actually use your divination, your tarot cards, your rune stones, everything like that. We can go over next week how you do all that and how you can help guide the Norns to bring a life that you want, to decide your fate, to help you in the year ahead to get what you're wanting out of life, to follow the path you want to follow, what you want to keep, what you want to hold on to, what you want to prosper and grow next year, your plans for the year. That's what this is all about as well. As the light comes and the birth of light comes, it's the birth of new beginnings for us. It's where we can move on, let go of the past, forget all those people that are you don't need to carry the weight of them on your soul, people who've done you wrong. It's not doing them any harm, you mithering about it, is it? No, you've got to let that go, you've got to cut that out, and you've got to move on. Now, there's workshops that you can do. So there's the 4 Advent Sundays. So today is the first Sunday, because obviously you don't count the 12 days of Yule. So today's the first Sunday of Advent for us witches. I think it's next week for Christians. And on this one, what we've got to do is we've got to look at our life. So we reflect over the past year. We look at what's been good that year, what's been bad that year, what we want to get rid of from that year, what we don't want to hold on to, and what we need to do to grow in the next year, what we need to do to bring our dreams and aspirations to life, what we need to do to manifest them on the 4th Sunday of Advent. So we've got to do that work. So you've got to write down all week what you want to get rid of from your life and what you want to think. And then next week, we'll go on to the second Sunday Advent and we'll go on to what we'll have to do, which is the bit of action. Okay, so we'll go on to that next Sunday, but it's amazing. The 4 Advent Sundays, now I'm sure it's in this book as well, actually, because this is a book that you can work through the Advents with. The first Advent is I am. So it's the element of air, the idea, the new spark. So what are we? What are we all as one? What parts of us do we not need? What parts do we want to get rid of? Because next week is duality. You are. So it's the feminine, the masculine, it's water, and it's feeling the idea. So it's the emotions that go with it next week. And then on the third Advent, it's we are, it's the Trinity, which is the active action. So you're actually doing something, the element of fire. So we're going into that. And then the fourth Advent is it, or the infinite possibilities that arises from the Trinity. This is earth, and this is the materialization of those things in you. It's absolutely, it's such a magic time. I absolutely love it. Now, there was something that said in here. Here we go. All right, so on the 21st of December, it's the darkest and the longest night of the year, and the sun is at its lowest point. That's on the 21st, and it stays there for 3 days. So on the morning of the 25th, that the sun starts to rise. Okay, so it moves visibly northwards on its way to its highest point at summer solstice. And that's what we call the child of light being born. Okay, so the Midwinter Yule Fest, it's a time of reflection up until the birth of the light. Okay, so it's a time of reflection. Now you've got to be very careful because the darkness does win out for a couple of nights and then it starts to reverse round. So you've got to be very careful. So in ancient times, Yule nights were used to celebrate, share ancient wisdom and stories, listen, concentrate and plan the new year. What lies ahead? Excuse me. Excuse me again. So it's all to do with light. So that's why your holly wreath, which celebrates the turning of the wheel, the turning from oak to holly. So your autumn one comes down, which is the oak leaves, and the holly leaves go up with your wreath. And you should have a lantern in the middle of the wreath. And the lantern in the middle symbolises the birth of the light. And it's symbolising the light getting stronger. So although darkness is starting to come through, because it's a time of fire, the fires are getting stronger. So we're creating light ourselves. So that's how we can win out against the darkness, by being the light within us, by letting our light shine at this time. So if you can let your light shine and everybody individually lets their light shine, what a magical time, eh? The thinning of the veil, everybody's light shining, everybody being positive. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be magical? Let's see if we can do it. Okay, I will see you next week. Bye. Oh no, yeah, I've got the button. I think I can never get this to work because I'm really not a technical witch. But for some reason, my button's not clicking, so I'll turn it off. See you next week.